Hi, sweetheart. What are you doing up so late? You can't sleep? Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to wake up. Just give me a second, okay? Okay. How do you think I can help you? Do you want to talk about it? Yeah, nightmares can be really scary, and they can feel very real. Not getting sleep in general is just not fun. I know that all too well. How's this? Why don't we make your room cozy and get you some hot tea? Maybe I'll sit in there with you for a while until you can fall back asleep. How does that sound? Okay. Yeah, I can do that for you. Okay. Well, let me go downstairs and make some tea, and I'll be right back up to the room, okay? You're more than welcome to join me in the kitchen if you'd like, or you can clean up your room a little. I know that I prefer my space to be clean. It helps me rest. Okay. You go do that, and I'm gonna go make you some tea. Do you have a preference as to what kind I make you? That's a good choice. I'll get you some right now. Okay, I'll see you in a couple minutes. All right, so I got your tea here, and I brought you up a couple biscuits too. I thought maybe a little treat before bed would make you feel more cozy. I know that they say sleeping on an empty stomach is actually better for you, but when I'm hungry, when I try to sleep, it does not work for me. It wakes me up so much. And I hear they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, so I thought maybe you'd like it. You're welcome. I know you're having a hard time tonight, so I'm not going to ridicule you for this pigsty of a room you got here, but here, actually, let me just help you pick some stuff up here. You know, my mom always used to tell me that everything has a place, and if you just put it back in its place, things just are nicer for you. And I know that sounds so simple and so obvious, but putting things back in their place is just, it's something that, it's a good habit to build, I guess is what I mean. So, I think someday soon, I'm gonna have to help you reorganize this room here. I know I don't put everything back where it goes either. Nobody does. I mean, we live in this house. It's not a Better Homes and Gardens magazine. This is a real house with real people in it. So, messes happen. We're just living our lives. Again, I didn't say it to ridicule you. I just think having a clean room is a nice way to, what's the word? It makes me feel calmer, I guess. Yeah. How's your tea? Yeah. Feeling a little bit calmer. That's good. Do you mind if I sit down on the bed next to you? So we can just kind of hang out for a minute while you fall back asleep? Thank you. Man, I don't know how you couldn't sleep in this bed. It's so comfy. How did you end up with a comfier bed than me? I'm gonna have to change that soon. You know what? I honestly think my bed was a hand-me-down. I don't remember buying it, so I'm pretty sure my grandma gave it to me. Yeah, it's old. It's one of the ones with springs in it. It doesn't even have a pillow top. But I remember buying yours, and I wanted to spare no expenses because sleep is really important. Yeah. But the comfort of the bed, and the pillows, and the freshly washed sheets, and the clean room, it doesn't matter if your head just won't shut off. And sometimes that's the case. Sometimes our head is just so full of thoughts because Well, for instance, you're just such a smart person. And I know you have lots of big thoughts going on in there. I could imagine it would be very hard to shut it off. You know, I didn't always sleep well either when I was a child. But I didn't exactly have my mom to come and comfort me. She worked so much, and she needed to get her sleep too. Honestly, I think insomnia runs in the family because she didn't sleep very well either. But regardless, I kinda had to figure out my own way to sleeping good because I didn't want to bother her. No, you're not being a bother to me though. I don't want you to think that. I broke that cycle, I promise. So, definitely not a bother. But I'm just... Basically what I'm getting at is that I would listen to music when I couldn't sleep. You're gonna think this is so dorky, so prepare yourself, right? I'm old as heck, right? So, when I was little and I couldn't sleep very well, I purchased this pillow with some Christmas money that I got from a dollar store. And it's the wackiest contraption, right? Because it was a pillow in the shape of a paw print. And this pillow had a freaking radio inside of it, okay? A radio. Yes. And there was this late night show that would always play these like nice, soothing hits. Songs that are, gentle, like some Coldplay or... Oh, what else? Train, Coldplay, stuff like Hey There Delilah, Yellow, just very mellow, but still up songs. Mostly love songs, too. And I would listen to it all night if I had to. I would just rest my head on it and it would play music. It was so strange. I'm not joking. It was a whole radio and it required batteries. Yeah. So I would so often be like, Mom, I need batteries for my pillow. And she'd be like, why are you using that? You literally have a stereo. You could be using the one that you plug into the wall. Why are you using... But the pillow was just so comforting. And since I shared a room with my sister, it was like hard. I didn't want to keep her up because I wanted to listen to music. And back then, I didn't even have an iPod. So I didn't really have a whole lot of options. I would say that the CD player was kind of cumbersome to listen to in bed, especially because I was in a loft bed, so I didn't have a ton of space on my bed. And so yeah, I had this radio pillow and listened to love songs because the cool thing about love songs is that a lot of them are very like story based. So listening to them was almost like being able to visualize these stories in your head, and you can put yourself in the place of these characters. And I'm sorry, I know I'm rambling, but it helped me so much. I never really told anyone, and I wasn't diagnosed until much later in life that I struggled with some anxiety issues. But looking back, I definitely did when I was younger. And I didn't get any help for them. So sleep was really hard to come by, and this helped me. I know. I only tell you because I'm hoping that this long-winded explanation somehow maybe could help you. I mean, you have all of the technology that we have these days, phones and computers and just so much. I mean, anything you want to find is on YouTube. And it's good and bad, I guess, but for this purpose, I think that it's really beautiful that there's so much out there that could help you sleep these days. You gotta pick and choose, though, because there's a lot out there that can keep you awake, bad news and fake news even, just bad information that makes you uncomfortable. There's a lot of that out there too. So you just gotta be smart about it. And I know you are. You are so smart. And so kind. It makes me so sad to see you struggling and suffering like this. Because you are just so sweet. Do I have a favorite love song? I can't say that I do, but that's because I just love so many of them. Definitely have a favorite artist though, and that's Taylor Swift, but you already knew that, so no need to get into that. That would be a whole nother ramble. Wouldn't want to talk your ear off all night. You would not get any sleep. Besides, I've talked about her multiple times with you, haven't I? Yeah. You feeling better? Feeling a little bit more calm? I also had this pillow. I know, right? I just had this collection of helpful pillows. It's kind of silly, but I guess it was technically a pillow, but also technically a stuffed animal. But it was one of those pillow pets, but the ones that glow. Not the ones that project stars onto the ceiling or anything like that, but it just had a soft glow on its back from a little bit of, I think, LED lights on the inside of the stuffed animal. And it was just like the faintest nightlight. And I loved that thing so much. Oh my goodness. I would turn it on, cuddle it with my arms while I had my head on the radio pillow, which, now that I think about it, no. Radio waves are like the least, they're the least harmful form of radiation, though, in the electromagnetic spectrum. If you ever want to hear about that, I actually know a song to the electromagnetic spectrum. I've been waiting for the day that you ask me about it, and that sounds so cringe, but I really do. I learned it in school. So maybe someday when you learn about that or need to remember it or memorize it, I can share that little ancient wisdom with you. Anyway, so yeah, radio waves are the least powerful form of radiation from the electromagnetic spectrum, so I'm not concerned. But kind of weird to put your head on a radio that you know is like transmitting signal somewhere else. Man, this conversation's kind of like made me super nostalgic. I feel like I'm talking so much. I hope it's not bothering you. I know that in times when I did have someone there to help me fall asleep, them talking to me helped me so much. Yeah, I'm so glad it's helping you. That means a lot to me. Well, I'll just sit here for a few more minutes. And once I think you've fallen asleep, I'm gonna go back to bed, okay? How does that sound? Okay. Good night.